Hello folks, it's been a while since we had a chat. Time just gets away, and I have just been out this afternoon. It's Monday the 2nd of February 2026, can you believe? And I've just been out because I need to renew my passport, which I really should have done 6 months ago because it expires at the end of April, so I'm cutting it a bit fine, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So I walked down to the post office and put everything in a FedEx parcel, and that's been sent off to the Australian consulate in Houston, Texas. So I've sent it on Monday. They said at the latest it will get there on Wednesday. So that'll be good. And hopefully it gets processed without any issues, and that'll be nice. I'll have my passport back, and I won't have to worry about that again for another 10 years. But while I was walking down from my place to the post office, which is sort of downtown in Covington, beautiful, beautiful afternoon. Sun's shining. I'm just sitting here in front of the St. Tammany Parish Justice Centre, and that is the courts, where all the courts are. I'm not in trouble. I'm not here for any other reason than just I was out walking and I thought I'll sit down here. And it's a beautiful afternoon. 13 degrees Celsius at the moment, which is about 55 Fahrenheit, which is just lovely. But it has been chilly. It's been in the minuses, down to like -5, and with the wind chill factor, -8, and even lower than that. And it's going to get colder apparently. So those early morning walks to work at 5:30 in the morning have been a little bit chilly, but that's okay. You just rug up, and the colder it is, the faster you walk and stay warm. So it really hasn't been a problem. I think the big problem is going to be in summer, because even at 5:30 in the morning, I'm told it's going to be very warm and very humid. So I think at that point is when I will have to leave my uniforms at work and come to work, have a shower, get changed, and that'll have to be the strategy for that. But yes, the cold weather is a bit of a challenge. Well, from a work perspective, it is, because for all of those EMTs and paramedics that are watching, you will know that particularly with trauma patients, that one of the enemies of a trauma patient is hypothermia and cold weather, because it affects... Hi, mate. Because it affects cyclists riding by, because it affects their ability to, well, A, it shuts them down because the body wants to keep blood centrally, but also significantly it affects their ability to clot. So if they're hemorrhaging, cold is your enemy. But particularly with little people and with the elderly, when we have to transport them, we've got to take them from their house and we've got to get them out into the ambulance. Well, the ambulance is running all the time and the heaters are on, so that's okay. But that period when we take them out of their warm home, between there and getting them into the ambulance, it's cold. And so we have to be very mindful of that and make sure that we rug these people up and make sure they don't suffer. The other day we went to a really bad trauma in a car wreck on the interstate, and not only was it cold, but the rain was unbelievable. So we had a seriously injured trauma patient who was wet and cold. And so that's a challenge. So you've got to get them in the ambulance, get all their wet gear off, and then cover them up with rugs and thermal blankets or space blankets, the foil sort of space blankets, and get them warm as quickly as possible. So that creates a bit of a challenge for us, but I'm told that the colder weather, there's more of that to come, and because of the humidity down here in the south, that makes it worse, because even though it's really cold, when the air is moist, then it makes it feel like it's even colder. So just some of the little challenges. But I've been here now in the US for 7 months and loving it. Absolutely having a great time. Miss the kids, of course, and the family back in Australia. And but we're in constant communication all the time. And but I do plan to head back there in the next couple of months for a quick visit to catch up, and that will be lovely. Now, it's Mardi Gras season here. All of the big festivals are happening, and this coming Saturday there's a big Mardi Gras festival and parade here in Covington. So we are actually having a party, a get-together at my place, which the girls from the hospital told me that's what we were doing, because I live in a good location for where the parade will be going by in Covington. And so they just told me that that's what's going on. So what can you do? You've just got to do as you're told, don't you? In order to keep the peace. And so that should be good fun, and I'll make sure I get some videos and photos to show you. Thank you to everybody who is supporting the Medic on the Move Facebook page and YouTube channel. It was really, the whole idea of doing it from the start was really just to do it for fun and to keep my friends and family back in Australia up to date with what I was up to. And I really didn't think it was sort of going to catch on like it has. And I can't tell you the number of times that I either go to a patient and they say, hey, you're the Aussie medic that I've seen on Facebook or YouTube. Or I go to a scene and there's a police officer or a sheriff that says it, or a firefighter or a nurse in one of the hospitals. So it's a bit bizarre. I was not expecting that at all. But it's lovely to meet all these great people. And I guess it makes it a little bit easier, because they sort of feel like they know you before you actually do know them. But thank you for everybody who chimes in and likes things and makes comments, and it's really, really, really nice. Can you believe that we are now, what is it, it's the 2nd of Feb. Can you believe there's already 1 month gone for 2026? Just crazy. Before you know it, it's Easter, and then all of a sudden the Christmas decorations start going up in the shops. It's bizarre, but anyway, I'm having a great time here in Covington, Louisiana, Tammany Parish, and I hope your start to 2026 is just as good and getting better as time goes on. And to all of my friends back in Australia and family who, some of the temperatures they've been having over there are crazy, like up in the high 40s, which in Fahrenheit, like 110, 111, major bushfires, drought, and heat waves. And over here it's cold and wet, because obviously the seasons are opposite. So to those people that are suffering, not only in Australia but anywhere else in the world, for any reason that you might be suffering, we're thinking of you, and we hope you get through it and that everything is okay. So what I'm going to do now because this was just a little impromptu chat. Just here in front of the courthouse is a tribute, sort of memorial area to the veterans of the American Armed Forces. And it's very, very well done. So I'm going to take you on a little tour, and I think I can successfully... Oh, no, I can't. I can't turn this around on. So I'm going to have to do this. So come for a walk, and I'll show you. So this is sort of it here, this memorial area, and it's done very, very nicely. So here, I hope that sun's not... Oh, probably is a bit bad, isn't it? There you go, that's a bit better. So there's the Merchant Marines, and that's there. And then when we walk across here, we have the United States Army. And then down here, we've got names of the great veterans. World War II, Morgan Woodrow, US Army. So all of their names on bricks down here, which is really nice. And there we've got United States Navy. Then the Marine Corps. And we keep going. There is the United States Coast Guard. Now here is a special little tribute. And this is a service dog. This is for Roxy. I hope you can see that all right, because I'm not quite sure, because I can't see the screen, but there's little Roxy, service dog. Love on a leash, it says, forever in our hearts. So that's sweet. And then we've got the United States Air Force. So it's a really nice little memorial area. They've done it really well. And look, there's some photos of some of the great people that have served this country. And there you have the memorial, St Tammany Parish Veterans Memorial Plaza. So good on the people who did that, put all that together, because it looks fitting to all the great people, the men and women who served this great nation. And so there's the St Tammany Justice Centre. It's an really impressive building. And then over the other side, there's Larry's Hardware. And I've actually been in there and bought some things in the past. And now I'm going to stroll back to my place. And the weather's beautiful right now, but still enough to have a jacket. And I have to say, this actually is a hunting jacket. And I bought it in Walmart. Because when I came over from Australia, I travelled, well, to say I travelled light is an understatement, because I really didn't bring much at all. And it's a bit interesting actually when because I've never moved countries before. So when you have to pack up your whole life and all of your belongings when you're 57 and move to another country and you're sorting through, well, what's the point? What do I need to keep and what do I really not need to keep? That was a bit of a challenge. And then what to bring. So I only bought two bags with me. But what I didn't think about in coming over here was cold weather. Good old cold weather. So I didn't have a jacket. So I had to go get something. So I went to Walmart and saw these hunting jackets. And I thought, well, I'll put it on like very thick. I thought, oh, well, that'll probably do the trick. And it's got to be the warmest jacket. I should give a... Oh, there you are. What's that say? I can't read upside down. But anyway, whatever it says, this jacket, it is fantastic. And I'm glad I bought it because on those bitter cold nights that we've had, and days and mornings, this is just sensational. So for all of those hunters that are out there, oh, hang on, got to cross. Oop. They obviously wear and buy these ones because, for the obvious reason, they're warm. There are pants that come with it, and I probably should have bought them as well, because a couple of those mornings of walking to work, it's been cold. Now here's all of our good mates at the fire station, and we respond with these guys all the time to medical emergencies, and they're all great. Here's a good person out exercising. So we respond when a 911 call comes in for emergency medical. Most of the time, the firefighters, we dual respond with them. So we work with them all the time, and they are awesome, to say the very least. Get on with them well, appreciate their support, their professionalism, their skills, their knowledge, and they're great people as well. So I'm just heading back up home now, and it's getting on in the afternoon. Let me see what's the time, Mr. Wolf. It is, it's just after 10 past 4. So, sun's going down as I'm walking up along here, and the weather is just starting to cool off. So, pasta for dinner, for something different. Good to chat. Like, subscribe, share, and if you want to comment, that would be great, because I like reading the comments, I like the emails that I get and the messages. I try to respond when I can to let you know I appreciate the time you take to communicate, and it's always good chatting to new people. And that's one of the other great things I love about being here, is meeting all these wonderful, great people in the US. Some of them still have a bit of a problem understanding the Aussie accent and even our lingo, like my friend Mandy at the hospital, one of the triage nurses, when I told her that a vehicle was stationary at the intersection, she didn't know what that meant. She said, "You mean stopped?" I said, "Yeah, stationary." And the other funny one was, I say the person was in the car park, and they say, "What? its parking lot. So I'm slowly getting used to it. I'll get there. Here's the Covington City Hall. So for now, take care, stay healthy, and from Covington, Louisiana, keep smiling. Bye for now.